shot, Arnold. Super. Number 4 for you next week, I shouldn't wonder, Arnold, old son. Should I still be in a position to make that sort of decision, that is? Well played, Bernard. Good shot.
Rosemary, it's Miriam. I'm super. How are you? Super. No, the thing is, Rosemary, Roger asked me to phone to make sure Raymond was coming to net practice tonight. Because I don't know if you know, but afterwards there's an EGM to discuss and vote on a possible change of captaincy, which is really just a formality, of course. Roger having filled the post more than adequately for the past 2 years, and Alex being the only other candidate, and frankly I think the whole episode's quite disgraceful. Talk about traitors in the camp. But Roger's being terribly sanguine as well as confident, but he would like as many of the team here as possible just to, you know, sort of rubber stamp it, so to speak. So if Raymond could find his way clear to... Oh, he's on his way? Super! Super! Evening, Alex.
Nothing, personal in all this, you know, Miriam.
Personal? Gosh, no. Of course not.
What you gonna do?
Keep Miriam company. I expect she'll need it.
Yeah, well, no interfering. This is strictly internecine.
I have a perfect right to my opinions.
No one's saying you haven't.
Well, what are you saying then, you little twerp?
What I'm saying is keep the bloody things to yourself.
Oh, yes, oh, yes. Bad luck, Bernard! First change for you next week, I shouldn't wonder, Ramjam, old son. That is, of course, if the status remains quo, which I can't see that it won't. Can you?
No, Skip.
All right, Kev?
All right, Skip.
Big night tonight, eh, Kev?
You know what they say, Skip.
What's that, Kev?
Come the man, come the moment. What is it, come the moment, come the man? What do you reckon? Anyway, piece of pudding.
Absolutely. Piece of pudding.
All right.
Hello, Maggie. Yes, super.
You're not worried then?
Worried? Gosh, no. Foregone conclusion.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. Just been picking up the new car.
Oh, you've got a new car, have you? Sorry, I didn't notice.
Well, I say new. Actually, it's just over 9 months old, but only 8th hour on the clock and still with a manufacturer's warranty, which can't be bad, can it? Cannot be bad. And yes, all right, it is a bit of a luxury, but let's face it, I work hard enough, I deserve it.
Let's face it, now you've got your 30 pieces of silver, you can afford it.
You're in the printing business, aren't you?
On and off, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, we're replacing all our stationery, invoices, letterheads, and so on. We'll be looking for quotes. Occurs to me you might be interested.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
In which case, I shall exert my considerable influence.
You're a prince.
Alex has asked me to ascertain that he has your support vis-à-vis the upcoming EGM. And, by the way, if you should happen to bump into a brand new BMW, please don't, it's mine.
Anyway, Kevin says I'm not to interfere.
Roger says exactly the same to me, and I won't. Of course I won't. I mean, I want to. I really want to, you know, say something. But I wouldn't give him the pleasure. I'm going to remain completely impartial.
Excuse me, Mim. I've just come straight from the office. I wonder if I could have a cup of tea.
Not just at the moment, Nigel. As you can see, I'm rather busy. I shall be making a light snack later on, which I suggest you make the most of. Because if the captain goes, so does the captain's wife, and more to the point, no doubt, so does the captain's wife's refreshments. I expect you'll bear that in mind when you cast your vote. Thank you so much.
About this, EGM, Skip. No hard feelings, I trust?
Hard feelings, Dennis? No hard feelings at all. In fact, I'd like to thank you.
Oh, yes?
Yes. Seems to me that should I ever need a 10% discount on loyalty, I'll know where to come, won't I?
Oi, you! Get off out of it!
Thanks.
Tell the chappie on the far side, he's too square. He needs to come round a bit. Just a suggestion, of course.
I will, thanks.
Excuse me, Dennis, have you got a moment?
I don't believe it. I do not believe it. No, Shirley, I do not have a moment. The reason is I am honing my stroke play.
Yes, sir, and I'm ever so sorry, Dennis. But the thing is, I've just seen that house, and it's exactly what I've always wanted. But they've got to have a decision today, because there's another young couple after it. So I said I'd come and fetch you, and we'd go back and have a look at it together. All I've got to do is give them a ring.
Shirley, my love, go away. Go away. Now look what you've done. Happy now, are you, my love? Happy?
It's the thought that all this time they've been plotting behind his back.
Only one of them.
That's all it takes, though, isn't it, Maggie? One troublemaker and the rest falling behind like sheep.
Not all of them.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
God, people are so ungrateful, they really are. Roger does so much. I know he can be a bit, you know, just a bit, but he cares. He really does, he really cares. It's not easy being the captain, it's not easy at all.
Batting, of course, is like life. About the ability to make decisions. About the ability to read whatever's thrown at you and give it the treatment it deserves. Mind you, if you do have only the one shot, it must make the decision so much easier.
Sis in?
I promised to telephone them.
Telephone who, Shirley, my love?
The people about the house.
Ah. Do excuse us. Let me explain this once again. As simply as I possibly can. I shall need to do that, shan't I, just so that you can understand. In fact, I shall use only 4 words and 5 syllables. Ready? We are not moving. Not moving.
Then why do you let me...
Why do I let you look at houses? I let you look at houses because you have done nothing but complain ever since we moved into our new one, and I wanted you to look at other places to see what a lucky girl you really are.
But Dennis...
No, Shirley, I'm not going to argue with you. Now go home. Telephone these people. Tell them that you made a mistake because, being rather simple, you get confused, and we shan't be buying their house or any other house.
Hello? Oh, hello, Ginny.
Gosh!
Tuck your shirt in.
I'm busy.
Tuck it in, you silly little person.
Stop sledging.
Stop what?
Sledging.
What if I knew what it meant?
Sledging, you silly great haystack. He's making off-putting and inflammatory remarks to the opposition. Like your mother did to me on the day we got married.
Hey, let's get married again, Kev. Properly, in church. Shall we, Kev, shall we?
Are you serious? Because if you are...
I am, I really am. I really want to, Kev.
Here's a bone, mister.
Push on.
Oh, Mr. Gives a bowl.
Push off.
What's all this about?
All I wanted was a bowl and he told me to push off.
Did he? Did he really?
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact.
Well, Alex, in my opinion, that is one of the problems with this country. Far too much exclusion of the young and underprivileged. What you need is a bit of encouragement, isn't it, young 'un?
Yes, mister.
Yes, of course you do. Right then, what sort of stuff do you bowl?
Right arm, medium fast off-cutters with occasional variation of the seam.
Oh, right. Yes. Ball. Off you go then. See what you're made of. This is an example of why I shall be introducing youth training scheme during the next year of my captaincy. Not only for the benefit of the
The youth.
the youth, but also for the benefit of the team.
Excuse me, Skipper.
Yes, Bob.
It takes an awfully long run up, wouldn't you say?
Come back here, you little...
So much for the captain's youth training scheme.
Tea, everyone!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. I just want you to know, Roger, that whatever happens tonight, you will always be my captain. You always have been, and you always will be. I just want you to know that, Roger. Thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Now, as you know, the purpose of this extraordinary general meeting...
Point of order.
Yes, Alex?
You can't be a candidate and be in the chair.
I'm coming to that, thank you, Alex. The purpose of this meeting is to elect a club captain. And since I am not only a candidate, but also president, captain incumbent, treasurer, match secretary, social secretary and general secretary of the club, my position as chair will tonight be taken by Nigel.
There are, as you know, only two candidates. Roger?
A point of procedure.
Yes, Alex.
Can we have the full names, please?
Roger James Dervish.
Roger James Dervish and
Alexander Graham Harrington.
Alexander Graham Harrington.
Order, order.
Through the chair. Who's chairing this meeting?
Through the chair, my apologies to the chairman.
Person, get on with it. I've got a pregnant wife.
Hardly our fault, though, is it, old boy?
Who is proposing Alex?
Through the chair. Full name, please.
Through the chair, Dennis Iscariot.
Through the chair, that's a bit strong, isn't it?
Through the chair. Get on with it or we'll be here all night.
Through the chair. Oh, I'm sorry. Right, Dennis, let's hear what you have to say.
Through the chair, the candidate should leave the room in order that we could have full, frank and uninhibited discussion. Hear, hear.
He's quite right, of course. All those in favour? Motion carried unanimously.
What motion?
That being the feeling of the meeting, I shall withdraw.
Right, then, we will now hear from Alex's proposer, Dennis.
I'd just like to say that I make this proposal purely and simply and without paramount for the sake of the team.
Thank you, Arnold. That's the proposer and seconder for Alex. And now let's hear from Kevin on behalf of Roger.
I'd like to refer you to Ian Peebles' book, A Spinner's Yarn, in which he quotes Alan Ross, writing in Punch as per the following. The division between sport and art is a false one. For anyone who's played a game even tolerably well, knows its pleasure is more aesthetic than competitive. That, gentlemen, is how I see the choice we're about to make. That is our false division. That is the pair of horns upon which the dilemma perches. And before I enlarge upon my argument, I would like to ask you this. Any chance of another beer, is there?
Hello.
Thank you, Kevin. That was very, yes. I now call upon Bob to second the proposal.
Thank you. I agree with Kevin. This contest should be about skill, not about personality. Personality shouldn't come into it. So what I ask is this. Do we really need a lousy, rotten solicitor as captain?
Here, here. Good. Alex was captain of cricket at school.
So was Roger.
Yes, but Rogers was a polytechnic.
What's the difference?
The standard of the opposition. Alex captained his school against such sides as Winchester, Sherborne, Stoke.
Stoke?
Stowe.
Oh, you big soft lump. What's his name?
Hercules.
Hercules. Gonna labour hard and live forever, are you, darling?
I taught him, you know.
What's his name? Alex?
Yes. Geography. And the corps on Tuesday afternoon. He never got better than private. There you are, you see, Hercules. Nothing changes. Still lifting his head. Very flashy. Always played for himself, you know. Never the team. That's why he never made the first 11.
I thought he was the captain.
No. That was his brother, Hugh. He was the real player. Hugh had class.
Well.
He shouldn't be wearing that cap, you know. Nor the sweater. They're first 11 colours. Young Harrington was and still is strictly second 11 material.
If Roger went, we wouldn't have a club. A team, yes, but not a club.
Yeah. If Roger goes, we lose a captain, a treasurer, a fixture secretary, a social secretary.
Yes, but we might win a match.
Indeed.
No.
Without Roger's organisation, this club would fall apart.
Right. Yeah. Who else does all he does?
Only because he's obsessed.
Obsessed.
Thank you so very much, Arnold. Thank you very much indeed.
And who would do the refreshments? Who would satisfy the inner man?
Full stomach. Right, gentlemen. Unless anyone else has got anything to say, we'll put it to the vote.
I want a word with you, Chutney.
Oh, yes? About what?
About a cap, and a sweater, and a brother called Hugh, and a whole lot of porkies. Porkies? No? Fibs. Untruths. Lies.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. Let's see if the others do.
Wait.
I'm sorry to bother you, Miriam. I wondered if you've got a box of matches I could borrow.
Yes, of course.
Right, if I could have a teller now, please.
Just a minute. Before you do that, I've got something to say. I never wanted any of this business in the first place. I was persuaded, much against my better judgment, by someone who should have known better. And if that someone wants to withdraw his proposal, that's fair enough by me.
Yes! No, Alex, old son. Of course I don't bear grudges.
Scars, perhaps, but certainly no grudges.
In fact, I'll go so far as to say this experience has almost certainly welded us into an even tougher fighting unit. And next time I'm out there on the field of battle, I shall want you more than anyone else alongside me. Probably at about number 7.
Excuse me? Whose is the new red BMW?
Not mine. Mine is polychromatic silver with a brown hide interior.
Not anymore, it isn't. It's red.
How can it be red, my lovely?
'Cause your wife just set fire to it.
Yes.
Poor old Dennis, Amy.
Poor old Shirley too, darling.
Yeah, poor old Shirley too. I don't know, I mean, the way some of these chaps treat their women. If I might have your attention, please.
A bit of us for the captain, please!
Thank you. Now, I didn't want to bring this up earlier for fear of prejudicing proceedings. That is, I wanted to win on merit, which I did. However, for several months now, I, as your captain, have been in clandestine correspondence with an old friend of mine, Beryl Main of the Parks and Recreation Department, regarding the permanent acquisition via a sole lease on our very own ground. And last week, gentlemen, last week, good old Beryl came up trump! Here! What I am saying, Ed, what I am saying is, one day, all this will be ours.
Fantastic, Skip. It's really fantastic.
Get off! That's my wicket!
It's all right, Skip. It'll wash off.
I wonder what made Alex change his mind.
We'll never know, will we?
We'll never know something else, or they won't anyway.
What's that then?
How the voting went. I took the hat just in case.
Oh, naughty.
I know.
And?
2 for Alex, 2 for Roger, and 7 abstentions.